What's up guys, this is HitandRun, and I'm here in something a little bit different. This is a team battle. A team battle is something just a little bit different than random battles in that it is 7v7, and you have this game mode. Either you are attacking or defending, and we are on the attack right now. So our mission is to either capture the bases or kill all the enemies before the time runs out. And team battles is, I'd say that it's much better than random battles in that teamwork is actually involved in this. All of us right now are connected to TeamSpeak, which is a program which allows you to talk to each other all at once. So basically we are a platoon of 7 against a platoon of 7. And that's really what makes team battles so great for me. It's that the teamwork is actually involved. It's kind of just like the WGL games, the Wargaming League games. If you've seen any of them, where it's just 7v7 and it's constant combat, everyone's working together to defeat the enemy. And that's really what makes this so great for me. Because everyone knows that the most frustrating thing about random battles is when you poke around a corner, spot an E100, the E100 shoots, and then you go around hoping that the 5 teammates right behind you are going to go ahead and help you out, although they end up waiting until you're dead to poke around because reasons. You know, there's no teamwork in random battles. And in team battles, everyone has to communicate with each other. And that's really what makes team battles so incredibly fun for me, because you actually get to outplay your enemies very effectively using your team. So right now we have someone who's called a caller, and our caller is HitandRun. What HitandRun does as a caller is he tells us where to go and what to do initially and at any breaking points. But it is important as a team, or as an individual in the team, to be able to react to situations properly, even though the call is to do something different. Right now, he gave the heavy tanks the call to go to base 1 and cap. He gave myself and the RU-251 the order to go over this ridge and down here to go and spot the enemy. But he and his Cromwell and an IS-3 were going to come over here and secure this flank and make sure that no one came across over here to flank us once we're on base. So that is a pretty good plan so far. If it was WGL, then the defenders would all be lined up right here, and we would probably go down over here with all of our IS-3s. But this isn't WGL, and teams aren't as good as they are. So instead they've sent their T-49 right here. They've sent their T-49 to go and spot over here, and that is going to prohibit us from going over here. So as individuals, he did not give us this call. As individuals, we stopped right here and took shots on him. And that's really an important thing when playing in team battles, is that you can think for yourself. Although very unfortunately, our RU-251 just got destroyed immediately. The T-49 got very lucky and was able to take him out. So we've already lost one of our tier 8s, which is not very good at all. Every gun that you have is very important. You have to keep them alive so you can dish out the punishment more than they do. So right now, I mean, we haven't really done anything. We've already lost a tank, and instead of killing anyone, we've only left someone on very low health. Effectively, he could kill our entire team now that we've left him alive. So it's very important that you just get the kills in team battles. You have to take out their guns. And a really important thing in team battles is focus fire. You have to focus your fire so that they don't have time to react before they've already lost all their hit points. So right now I'm not spotted, so I have the ability to just take my time and make sure that I hit him, because hitting your enemy is very important in team battles. So right now we've been given the order to just go ahead and go over now that we have a heavier tank. If I was in front of that IS-3, then I would not last a second. So right now I would have taken out the T-49, but the IS-3 already gets him, so that's very good. That's one dangerous gun out of the game. I'm trying to snipe at his cupolas, but that's not very good. Right now our call is to remain right here, but I'm telling him that, hey dude, we've got to back up. We're not going to survive right here. So we go ahead and back up. Again, it's very important to just think for yourself as an individual and keep yourself alive as well as your teammates. So I give a sub call to go ahead and fall back because we would in fact be destroyed. So they've left their 2 cap very wide open by investing all of their tanks right here. This is not the kind of play that you want to do in this map. What you want to do when you're defending, and especially if you have these kinds of tanks, you need to be setting up in hold down positions along here. That way you're able to defend this base. And really, if we do attack base 1, this is in my opinion a very bad base to attack, because all you have to do is just come over this ridge or pop over this hill and then get a shot on them, and then the whole cap is over. So right now HitandRun has told me that we're going to go take out this 1375, who has been sniping him in the back for quite a while now. So right now he tells me, alright dude, you gotta lead the charge, because you're a much stronger tank than I am. And there I am, I say affirmative. So this is kind of bad. I slide over, and that's not very good, because I wasn't able to get a shot on before he shot me. I shoot him, but it's disaster. It shoots his track. He's able to hit me a couple more times. I shoot him one more time, and this is hit and runs. So he takes out the 1375, and this is good. Now, that is one very dangerous tank. You want to kill the autoloaders before they're able to get their clip out. That's very important in team battles. So right now, they have, as you can see on the map, they very heavily invested their teammates right there. And that's such a bad idea, because look at what's going to happen. You have to use all these ridges to your advantage. As you can see, man, it's not that much of an incline, but it's enough to hide our tanks. So, since they've invested their tanks so much over there, we're able to just cap, and they're not able to do anything about this. If they had a good call, then they would have had IS-3s set up right here. Maybe even if they had a lot of IS-3s, they could set them up right here in a very far defense. But they didn't, and that's not what you're supposed to do, because the 1 cap is very vulnerable, but this is not vulnerable at all. You got this ridge line, you got this huge ridge right here. If they're below here, then they're not going to be able to do anything. If they're right here, then he's not going to be able to do anything. So HitandRun gives us the call to go ahead and drop out of the cap, and then we're just going to wait until we're not spotted anymore. We know that we're not spotted when he disappears. So we're going, right? He can take a shot and I can't, so he's going forward. I get an excellent snapshot on him. That's very good. Now, I probably should have been loading premium rounds right here, because this is a very important kill. But instead, I'm shooting him in the side, his spaced armor, and that's not enough to penetrate him. I'm worried about getting shot in the flank, so I go ahead and use his tank as cover, which was a huge mistake. I bounce off of his side, and that gives him the time to kill HitandRun. Although he's dead, and this is looking very bad. There's 30 seconds on the clock. 30 seconds, we gotta kill him. They kill an IS-3, they kill him. Right. So this is good, this is good. Right, there's only 1 left. There's 30 seconds left. We've gotta kill this IS-3. And this IS-3 could have won the game if he hadn't have spent that shot on the tank behind me. But the tank behind me gets a good shot in. I'm coming around and I'm having a real tough time shooting him. And I really should be loading premium rounds, but it's enough to get through his lower glacis. There's 5 seconds on the clock. Look at this. Look at this. This is huge. I have about 3 seconds till my reload is done, and there's 4 seconds on the clock. Look at it. 4 seconds on the clock. This is going to be huge. So I place the shot well. I'm looking right at him. 1 second. 1 second. I'm reloaded. I aim. I look for his unangled surface. 0 seconds. And I shoot to secure the game. That was huge. Did you see that? There was 30 seconds and we were over here and they had 3 tanks alive. We had an IS-3 set up perfectly over there, another IS-3 set up perfectly right over there, and then this IS-3, Justice of Fire, which you'll see in the post-game results, was a huge factor in this game, who was set up right here. So, we had 30 seconds, and we managed to take out the KV-3 and the KV-5, who were going right over here. And then at this point there were 15 seconds, and that IS-3 was on 600 health right here. I bounce my shot, the IS-3 puts a good shot in, and at this moment there are 9 seconds left. I go around and I miss a shot again. It goes into a space armor and it doesn't penetrate. So he's on, what was it, 500 hit points. I come around, he shows me his unangled lower glacis, and there are 6 seconds on the clock. I shoot him, and my reload is 6 seconds. So I come around, and at this point, when I was behind the ridge right here, there were 4 seconds left, and there was 3 seconds left in my reload. So I come over and placed that beautiful shot into his unangled upper glacis, and that was game winning. That was an insane game, and I can tell you the reactions of my team. HitandRun, who is dead, was sitting out on the sidelines, and he was calling. He was like 3, 2, 1, and I waited until the last second just to get that perfect shot in, and it penetrated, and it won the game. That was insane. After that, we were laughing for about 5 minutes. That was my first team battle in such a long time. It's been about a month and 3 days since I played a team battle, and this was my first after so long, and that is what I love about team battles. Nothing is better than that. Nothing. I promise you. Alright, so let's look at the post-game results. So here it is, guys. I'm looking at the post-game results in this match. As you can see, I earned 40,000 credits profit and 1,447 experience, and I barely even did anything. Look at that. That's only 1,500 damage and 500 spotting damage, which is something that's very special about team battles, because you earn a lot of money on victories. Although I can't stress enough that that is on victories. If you lose, then I guarantee that you're gonna lose money and you're gonna get no experience worth talking about. So just be aware of that. Don't play team battles for fun. Play team battles for winning. Otherwise, you are not going to get anything out of it. So as you can see in the team scores, this wasn't really about me. As you can see, I had a fairly major role in the battle, but nothing compared to my 2 IS-3s. Justice of Fire, which I talked about in the game, and EM Cornholio and his IS-3. Look at what these guys did. They single-handedly took out half of the team, half of the enemy team. That is an insane performance for them. And this poor KV-5 on the enemy team, he did very well in his KV-5. Managed to block a ton of damage, managed to deal a ton of damage. And look at that, from 300 meters he dealt 1,400 damage. That's insane. But really that is completely shadowed by what Cornholio did in his IS-3. Look at this. 20 shots fired. 20 shots in a 7-minute game. 12 direct hits. That's fairly good accuracy for the range that he was firing at. And 9 penetrations, which is very good as well, for 3,394 damage. Look at that, 2,044 from 300 meters. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, he shot from very far away. That is a very good player, as you can see. He's very accurate, and he knows how to heavy tank. Look at this. 10 shots received, 2 penetrations, and 8 non-penetrations for 1,590 damage blocked. That is crazy. Although that's not even anything compared to what Justice of Fire did. Look at this. 9 shots received, 2 penetrations, and 7 non-penetrations for 2,460 damage blocked. That is insane. Oh man, I can't even believe that. I would never be that good of a heavy tank player. So good job to EM Cornholio and Justice of Fire and their IS-3s. And Zukov's Ghost didn't do that bad either. He managed to block 1,770 damage, although he did get some team damage, which is it's not a good thing to do in team battles. If it loses you the game, then you deserve to be kicked off the team. But I mean, we won anyways, so it's fine. He did very well in his IS-3. He managed to get 5 shots in for 1,187 damage in. And HitandRun, my caller, who's a good friend of mine, he was in his Cromwell, and he did 938 damage. And he was shooting against IS-3s and KV-5s. That is a great job to you, HitandRun. And as for myself, you know, I had some standard gameplay. It wasn't super unicum like these guys over here. It was known as unicum. Although I wouldn't consider it that much. I usually have a much bigger role in team battles. So in this game I shot 18 shots, which is fairly okay, and hit 14. And you know, keeping in mind that I rarely ever aim, and T-54 lightweight, that's pretty good. But for 7 penetrations, that's not very good. You want to make sure that your shots penetrate. I bounced so many shots off of these IS-3s, and that's not what you want in team battles. As for myself, I only blocked 1 shot. That was from a 1357, so that's really nothing to talk about. I had to travel 4 kilometers in order to achieve this result, and in my opinion, that was a good win. It wasn't against the best of teams. I have won against games where the leader of the team was Cool Hammer, the WGL player Cool Hammer. He plays team battles, and I won against him while calling. It was really awesome. If you guys haven't tried team battles, then make sure to try it out, because it is personally my favorite game mode in the entire game. Make sure to check it out, and if you do win, make sure to play for the win. You will earn a lot of money. I guarantee that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've found a new interest in team battles, and I'm really hoping that you guys are going to be able to experience this as well. It's really fun. It earns a lot of experience, as you can see. I mean, I barely did anything, and I earned 1,500 experience and 20,000 credits profit. So make sure to check it out. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a like. And if you really liked it, then subscribe to the channel for more videos later, and I'll see you guys next time.